Hello, everybody out there in Cyberland. This is Bruce Deery coming at you, along with my dog Micah. Okay, and hey, if you're watching this video, it's undoubtedly because you're either with Crew Solar / Geostellar, or you may be working directly with Geostellar as a Geostellar Pro, or you may be a Powur with a U advisor. Okay, and I posed a question. Why are people from those companies jumping ship and joining Solar Buyers Club? If you ask me to put it into one word is money. Money, or the lack of money, or the lack of earnings. But I'll go into some details there in a minute, okay? Incidentally, I took some bullet points here. I'm going to take the liberty, as I frequently do, to look at those, although I do a lot of videos, as you may know, flying by the seat of my pants. Okay. Let me start by saying, if you happen to watch my resignation video that was directed directly to Robert Styler, you may already know that I was blessed to have built a team of over 400 members, which was 14 or 15% of the total membership of Crew. So that was the good news. The bad news is this: out of those 417 people, not one crewmate earned one single dollar from residential sales. Let me repeat that: not one single dollar from residential sales. That's abysmal. Anyhow, I'm going to skip, discussion of the 7 or 8 announcements that Robert Styler made in Austin at the leadership meeting, except to say that none of them, no, I take it back, one of them did materialize. The other 7 never even materialized. But if you want to watch my resignation video, that's on my YouTube channel. And one that did happen was dropping Dividend Solar and going to Geostellar, which turned out to be just a disaster from a marketing standpoint and from a pricing standpoint. Their average installed price through Geostellar is $363 to $385 or more. Versus Solar Buyers Club, which is $1.86 to $222. Typically 40 to 50% less than not only Geostellar and Crew, but every other installer in Florida and throughout the nation, for that matter. I was amazed that Robert Styler, in his maybe overeager transparency one night, admitted that the Crew's closing ratio with Geostellar was 2%. That's abysmal. I can't think of another word, but that's abysmal. And I just learned recently that, I guess in a recent seminar or webinar, he mentioned that they had only 11 sales in 2016. 3,400 members and 11 sales. Incidentally, I believe that 5 of those sales were Robert Styler himself, and a couple of them were his closet girlfriend Tabitha, who closed a big community solar project that went through, was really a Geostellar deal. And she made about 20 grand on it, but if she had placed that business with Solar Site Design, her commission would have been $40,000. Just, food for thought. The other thing he mentioned in Austin was the co-op. Okay, and the co-op was really, it was meant to give people the impression that Crew is not an MLM. There's an expression, if it looks like a duck, it walks like a duck, and it quacks like a duck, it's a pretty good chance it's a duck. Okay? Crew is a duck. Okay? Any way you slice it, dice it, Crew is an MLM. All right, and the enticement there at the time, it was $2.99 to join, and those of us that spent the $2.99 were supposed to enjoy a share of the monthly profits and the annual profits, and of course, up until this point, not even $1 has been paid out, and I doubt if it ever will be paid out, to be honest with you. So, what appears to have been happening for some time is that People are jumping the cruise ship. They're jumping into lifeboats. Okay, and recently people are jumping out of the lifeboats. Okay, crew is admitting, Robert Seller admits, is skating on very, very thin ice. Very, very thin ice. They just been limping along for 3 months. And, and contrary to what the website implies or says, that crew has a corporate office in Austin, Texas, that doesn't exist. That's just an address. There is no brick and mortar office. Okay, it does not exist. Robert Seller is the chief cook and bottle washer. Okay, there are no employees. The fellow that used to handle the customer service, I forget his name right now, went with Geostellar. And about half of his advisory committee just kind of went by the wayside. So Robert Seller is the chief cook and bottle washer. In fact, he's also the waiter and the busboy. Okay, he's a one-man band. Hey, God bless him that he hasn't had a nervous breakdown, And I don't have, any will, Bill, I wish him luck, okay? And I have to confess, in retrospect, I bought into the same vision that everybody else that has joined crew bought into. And I hung in there until May 1st. I didn't resign until July. I won't go into the reasons why I delayed that, but 3 of us waited until July 7th before we officially resigned. All that being said, okay, let me give you a little bit of the backstory, okay? When I joined Solar Buyers Club, okay, I decided not to actively recruit crew members, okay? In fact, my real focus is on selling solar versus recruiting, and I made a decision to only recruit X number of people and to work with and to support those people. So why have people been jumping ship from crew and Geostellar and Powur? Like I said, in a word, money. Okay, and not only joining fees, because we don't have a $499 joining fee, but the business platform. Okay, crew and Geostellar's business platform, maybe it will work, but I mean, you can throw $40 million or $80 million at a software program, but if you can't offer competitive pricing, what have you got? What have you got? Geostellar's got a flat rate that they charge everywhere. They don't recognize individual market differences. So if you're in California or New York or North Carolina, whatever, it's all the same installed price. Not true with Solar Buyers Club, incidentally. So what I was going to say is here, I haven't been actively soliciting people to join Solar Buyers. They've been coming to me through word of mouth or whatever. Okay, let me just give you a few results. Okay, Philip from Fort Myers. Okay, Miles. Okay, didn't earn $1. Not $1 was crew in 10 months. Michael P., West Coast of Florida. Not $1 in 15 months. Closed the deal in his first 10 days. Rick from Utah. Not $1 in 9 months. Regal. Cape Coral, okay, not $1 in, 18 or 20 months. Okay, a fellow that's just in the process of joining, okay, not $1 single from a residential sale in 20 months. So things are going pretty good, okay, and incidentally, a number of 2 or 3 Powur reps have also joined us. So I guess I just spilled the beans on the results there. Incidentally, there's a fellow over on the east coast of Florida. Just in the last few days, there's submitted 15 proposals. 15 proposals in the works. Actually, 3 of them have already been approved. Okay, a fellow from New York just got approval on a deal in New York.